starting from scratch, day 7. She cries lightly, having seen that she missed writing yesterday. The disappointment doesn't last very long, though, and she carries on writing to you just now. It was her intention to write every single day. It's okay. Everything's okay. Early in the day, she was on an absolute heavenly roll. Creative, fast, inspired, riding a brilliant wave of momentum, which shifted by the time she slept. Part of her wanted to just sleep into oblivion. The other part knew this is all on purpose, so she keeps hearing. She recognizes she sounds what some refer to as manic, even bipolar. Titles are of another world. She is what she is and truly cares not the opinion of others of her. She'd had dinner with one of her bestest friends of lifetimes, and in his beingness he gifted her with immense clarity, for which she is so very appreciative. It was a circle complete. She realized in her melancholic state, tracing a circle on her knee unconsciously, as she sat quietly watching a flame dance, until of course she did become conscious of it, and the reoccurring pattern closed and neatly folded itself out of her life. It was a positive thing that she'd risen early, being thankful for life as she fell back into sleep. That little bit of self-talk surely helped. Moving from the bed to the couch helped too. No matter how crappy she feels, she knows it's on purpose. Everything is okay and everything's working out for her. A song came to her, and she sang it in her head before recording it, which she may or may not share with you. Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar, on the back of a cartoon coaster, in the blue TV screen line. I drew a map of Canada. Oh, Canada, with your face sketched on it twice. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. You taste so bitter, so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. Oh, I would still be on my feet. Oh, I'm a lonely painter. I live in a box of paints. I'm frightened by the devil, and I'm drawn to those ones that ain't afraid. Not knowing of the song prior to when he'd sent it to her, hearing it for the first time only caused her to first break down, and then only to love him more. The Canadian reference itself was bittersweet. He did what he said. He opened her heart through music. She herself would later refer to the song when writing her first fairy tale, Béat and Soleil, in the realm of Vintasha. the northern star being her guide, and, quote, it was like a smudge of paint on an empty canvas, end quote. Their parting ways seems like lifetimes ago now, and in the process she shattered into a million pieces, never to come back the same. A good thing, please know, it was the best thing, to the dismay of a friend who was close to them each. They both said to her, if it was meant to be, it will be. She thought them absolutely absurd, undoubtedly crazy, for in her eyes, there were no two people more perfect, more loving of one another than they were. But sometimes you do that. You let go because you love. At present, she feels this writing has taken a rather depressing course. Her day did lighten up with her newfound clarity. Continue with the stories. Continue with the recording. But truly, starting a business with no money, not even to pay rent, all of a sudden became an absolute absurdity. In the past couple of days, she's asked friends to borrow money to help her cover her rent and expenses until investment kicked in. But then she stopped herself in her tracks. Much as she believes in herself and is knowing of her raison d'être, or her reason to be, to burden others whilst awaiting investment, which actually may not come, or not soon, was the very last thing that she wanted. She still did not know how she would cover her rent, due on Tuesday, in less than 2 days, but she did decide she wanted to support herself. She contacted a friend who'd recently begun a job, which was 100% home office. The last time she worked for anyone was in the UK. She'd been a successful event manager, mostly due to her quote-unquote way with people. She thrived on others being well, providing great service to her staff, clients, and their happiness was her own. A job, yes. People, yes. Able to pay rent whilst working from home, yes. Doubling up and carrying on with her projects, yes. Relief, though momentary. But what about rent now? She contemplated selling her soul, something she promised herself she'd never do. But it's between that and actually being without a home. All she knows is that she wishes to stay in the place she now calls home, her Adrianka. No, she knows not how rent will be paid. She reminds herself of now, this present moment, where all is calm. By all standards, all is actually right. She is housed and clothed, has just had a meal of mashed sweet potato with fermented wheat berries, which she made all by her love. She knows she is loved. She's loved by many. She knows that that from which she came never lets her down, and isn't only just by her side, but all around and within her. She's reminded of faith and trust in the process of life. Now, she says to herself, is a good time to meditate. 8:41 p.m. The collapse is imminent. She knows of this. She's known of this for a long time. It's happening.